All right, Shalom. I want to start off by giving all praise, honor, and glory to Yahweh, Bahashem, Yahweh Shai, Bahashem, Rachak, Wadash. Double honors to the apostles and elders and bishops at Great Millstone for teaching me this truth. It's your brother Rabbi Knapp coming out with a lesson, Lord's will is edifying. Now, I don't know why my screen's looking like this, but whatever. Okay, I want to talk about these South Africans coming to the country, and I can't. I found this clip. This lady just, I don't know who she is, but she can explain it better than I can. And I'm gonna grab some precepts.
Dr. Kemi for Kemi Talks Media. It's Monday, the 12th of May, 2025. Let's talk about the South Africans who left South Africa yesterday and got refugee status in America. Now,
See, especially right now with the different his immigration policies and how he's getting rid of the Northern Kingdom. They're running, they're getting shipped to Guantanamo Bay. He's opening up Alcatraz. There's a prison in El Salvador that he's setting up, passing different laws. You got people like Abrego Garcia who didn't have any due process when he was shipped over to another land, without even checking to see if he's a criminal or not. But yet when it comes to these South Africans, these white South Africans, he wasn't, there was no, it was easy for him to, send them over here and help them out. Okay. Showing you the hypocrisy of this damn devil. Okay. And that's what we hear. As a matter of fact, let's start there. Job 17 in verse 8. It says, upright men shall be astonished at this, and the innocent shall stir up himself against the hypocrite. And that's what we're doing. The innocent's talking about the elect of Israel. They're innocent in the eyes of Yahweh Bashem Yahweh Shai because their sins are pardoned. Okay, in the eyes of the Lord, they can't do nothing wrong. And those are they who are stirring up themselves against this hypocrite, showing you he's a damn hypocrite, man. And I'm talking about Esau Edom, the so-called white man. Okay, and this is for you so-called Negroes, Latinos, and Native Americans, so you understand that this is the damn devil. Okay, ultimately, it's probably trying to rouse up Judah. Okay, because this is what it's about, man. The Lord's going to bring forth with this the civil unrest, Egyptian against Egyptian. Okay, and he's literally bringing South Africans here, man. Job 20:4, knowest thou not this of old, since man was placed upon the earth, that the triumph of the wicked is short, and the joy of the hypocrite but for a moment. Esau's a hypocrite, man. Okay, why? Because he's an actor. He's acting like they're being persecuted over there, but they're the reason for the apartheid and all these other things. But I didn't watch this video. I don't know if she's going to go into all of that, but let's continue.
This has never happened before. And I know to some of you, it's like, what? Afrikaners, that's what they call them. The white South Africans.
Let me, look this up. Right over here, this is how they spell it. A language of Southern Africa derived from the form of Dutch brought to the Cape by Protestant settlers in the 17th century, in an official language of South Africa. Okay. And so, of course, Elon Musk is from there. Okay. Elon Musk, and he's always wearing black. I call him Daffy Duck, man. He ain't got his cap on. Normally he got a black hat on with all black clothes, like a damn duck. Now duck going into Duke when you look up the word Doge. Is a Elon Reeve Musk, I didn't even know that was his middle name, is a businessman known for his leadership of Tesla, SpaceX, and X. Since 2025, he has been a senior advisor at the United States. Let me jump down. Born to a wealthy family in Pretoria. Pretoria is the administrative capital. So look at this, man. Look at how beautiful this place is, man. Pretoria is the administrative capital of South Africa, serving as the seat of the executive branch of government and as the host to all foreign assemblies to the country. So this is who's in office, man. So of course, there's going to be an interest and those people over there. Look who they have in such a high position here in Babylon. Okay, and look how they living in South Africa. When you look out at their Hamites living out there, but Esau showing you this is Esau. Okay, let's grab that. This is the book of Genesis, chapter 25, and actually, Slack, is it 25? No, 27, Salakia. Genesis 27 and verse, I'm just going to go to 38, read down. It says, and Esau said unto his father, hast thou but one blessing? My father, bless me, even me also, O my father. And Esau lifted up his voice and wept. And Isaac his father answered and said unto him, behold, thy dwelling shall be the fatness of the earth and of the dew of heaven from above. And that's what you see. That's him having the fatness of the earth in the dew of heaven from above. He has everything, man. Okay. South Africa must immigrated in 1989 to Canada. So 1989, right? Now the term African American, let me look it up. I forgot his name. What's his fucking name? Jesse Jackson. The term African American was not created by any single individual, but rather emerged organically within the Black community and gained prominence in the 1980s and 1990s, particularly through the advocacy of Reverend Jesse Jackson. While Jackson and other community leaders played a key role in popularizing the term, it was termed the roots in earlier periods, and its use evolved over time. It came in 1988. I don't know why. Term African American. This is Reverend Jesse Jackson, man. But the reason why I'm bringing this out, because Esau likes to set up, man, in your community to make you go off, just like he did with Mr. I Have a Dream. In 1988, Martin Luther King, in 1988, Reverend Jesse Jackson convinced America's Black population to adopt the term African American. Notice 1988. It has stuck for 24 years, but in recent months, a significant number. So what are you Negroes, man? If this term was created in 1988, man, this is a new term you're calling yourself, man. Okay? Showing you that, man, that you're not a damn fucking African American. Okay, Jeremiah 17:4, and thou even thyself shalt discontinue from thine heritage that I gave thee, and I will cause thee to serve thine enemies in the land which thou knowest not, for ye have kindled a fire in my anger, which shall burn forever. Now, these South Africans also, there's some Jakes over there, man. You could see the different dances that they've been doing, man. Okay, you could tell, man. They got a lot of them. I met some. You could tell that's Jake, man. Ain't no fucking Canaanites, man. I mean, they mix. It's Africa, okay? But a lot of Jake are over there, okay? Deuteronomy 28:64, and the Lord Yahweh shall scatter thee among all people, okay? That's every part of the earth, from the one end of the earth even unto the other. And there thou shalt serve other gods, which neither thou nor thy fathers have known, even wood and stone. So they're scattered, okay? This is part of the curses in Deuteronomy. And they fit Deuteronomy 28. South Africa was a slave port. Okay, I'm trying to give some history to best. And South Africa must immigrated in 1989 to Canada. Oh, did I finish this, Salakia? I just want to finish this one part. It says with Jesse Jackson, a significant number of African Americans have been clamoring to drop the African and go back to just Black. You're not Black either. Okay, you've been discontinued from your heritage. Okay, as the African Union brings the African diaspora to a summit in South Africa on 25th of May, our correspondent Leslie Goff looks at the arguments for and against dropping the African from African American. This is foolishness, man. But this is 2012. Okay, it's 2025 as I'm doing this video 13 years later, and you're still calling yourself an African American. So this didn't gain any root, and they can't use him anymore. For what? So this dude, man, The hell is all of this, man? He ain't following the Bible. He got all different type of idols, man. He worship all different type. Who knows what the hell that is? Okay, let's go back to and then that's African. Okay, and then the word African. What's that? Scipio is a damn Greek, man. This is who you're not a Roman general and statesman who was one of the main architects of Rome's victory against Carthage in the Second Punic War. Come on, man. How are you African? You named after this guy? Do you descend from this Edomite? No, you don't. Okay. And then America is named after Amerigo Vespucci, but you ain't gonna get it, man. Okay. Amerigo Vespucci is an Italian explorer and navigator from the Republic of Florence, for whom America is named. So you have Scipio Africanus and half Amerigo Vespucci. No, these damn Edomites are though. Okay, this is an African American right here. This is what you're looking at. Okay, he's more likely to be a descendant of a African Scipio Africanus and Amerigo Vespucci, not you so-called Negroes, Latinos, and Native Americans, you damn fools. Okay, he graduated from the University of Pennsylvania in the U.S. before moving to California to pursue business ventures. In 1995, Musk co-founded the software company Zip2. Following its sale in 1999, he co-founded X.com, an online payment company that later merged to form PayPal. So this dude is, come on, man. PayPal, which was acquired by eBay in 2002, that year, Musk also became a U.S. citizen. So now this is a South African moving to America and becoming a U.S. citizen, hence African American. And hence what these South Africans are, the same thing that Elon Musk is. So these South African, these African Americans that Esau hates so much, he's actually bringing them over here. The hypocrisy of this devil is great.
People don't understand what's going on here. And I think because I'm 60 years old, almost 61, I can explain it to you better, especially the Gen Z. You see, in South Africa, there was something called apartheid, where blacks had no rights. They couldn't vote. They couldn't.
Hold on. Let's look that up. Okay. You don't want to be ignorant of these things because this devil speaks with, well, she's not a devil. Okay. But devil's an Edomite, by the way. Okay. Apartheid. It says in South Africa, a policy or system of segregation or discrimination on grounds of race. Sounds like a damn Edomite to me. Okay. And these are the people who are getting this, let me treat them nice and well. Okay. These people probably have the most crimes. They're Edomites, man. Okay. The most crimes in history. And look how they're being treated. But the righteous, hey, they're getting treated like shit, man. That's how they're being treated. Job 20 and verse number 6. Though his excellency mount up to heavens and his head reach unto the clouds. His excellency, his space stations and all these things, and his pride. Yet he shall perish forever like his own dung. Dung is human shit. Okay, when you take a shit and you flush it, you forget about it, man. That's what's gonna happen to the wicked. Eventually, they're gonna be done. The whole world's gonna get rid of this devil, man. They which have seen him shall say, where is he? Where did he go? We don't know what happened to him because he's gonna get exterminated. Okay, he shall fly away as a dream and shall not be found. Yea, he shall be chased away as a vision of the night. This is like a bad dream, man.
Live in one area, they couldn't work in other areas. It was literally like slavery. And when that happened, the world was watching. Many of us, including President Trump, were all young people at that time. Nigeria was very instrumental.
Nigerians is West Africa. Okay. The transatlantic slave trade. Okay. Was look at it. Okay. They are Israelites. Okay. When you look at the transatlantic slave trade, Nigeria, it's Nigeria. Okay. Nigger. It just means black, man. Okay. And niggas in the Bible, by the way, too. As a matter of fact, should we grab that? Should we grab that? Let's grab that. Let's grab that. Let's put nigger. Okay. Acts 13:1. Now there were in the church that was at Antioch certain prophets and teachers, as Barnabas and Simeon, that was called Nigger, okay, and Lucius of Cyrene and Manaen, which had been brought up with Herod the Tetrarch and Saul. Okay, let's look at this word nigger. I know we say it so much in American culture, we think we know what it means, but do we? Why are you so-called Negroes getting mad when someone calls you a nigger? Let's see if you fit the description. Nigger, black. You want to be called black, right? Okay, then, hey, don't get mad when someone calls you a nigger. He's calling you what you want to be called. You don't want to be an Israelite. You want to be called a damn nigger. That's what you are. Okay, maps. Don't be offended by what you want to be, man. He created you. Come on, man. I was trying to find South Africa. I was trying to find the transatlantic slave trade maps. Let me see images. So you can get a good understanding, man. We don't forget these things, Esau. These things are going to happen to you. We're going to put you on slave ships and separate you from your family when we get in the kingdom. We're going to do a reenactment. Same way you like to do reenactments of World War I, World War II. We're going to do that with you. So as you can see, and Nigeria is in this area, and hey, look at that. A lot of routes came from there, okay? When you look at 70 AD, when we were escaping Roman persecution, we spent a lot of time in Africa, man. But in order to fulfill Deuteronomy 28, verse 68, hey, we had to go on slavery again with ships. And that's how it was fulfilled. And the Lord, Deuteronomy 28, verse 68, Yahweh is his name. Bahashem, in the name of his heavenly and his son. Yahweh Shah, who the world ignorantly calls Jesus Christ. That's what we're talking about here. Shall bring thee into Egypt again with ships. Who was in Egypt? The Israelites, under persecution to these damn Hamites. Again with ships. You don't need a ship to go from Egypt into Jerusalem. By the way whereof I spake unto thee, thou shalt see it no more again. And there ye shall be sold unto your enemies for bondmen and bondwomen, and no man shall buy you. Okay, you look at this word buy, it means to be redeemed. Okay, and Yahweh Ba'ashem Yahweh Shai is the only one that can redeem us from this captivity. And yes, we are still slaves until this day, if you didn't know that. Okay, let me just grab that while I'm here. Okay, if you didn't know, the so-called Negroes, Latinos, and Native Americans are still slaves. That's what you are, man. Hey, but it's a beautiful thing, man. I gotta get it out. I gotta go find it. It's a beautiful thing to be a slave, man. I think so. You gotta accept it, man. Don't be afraid. It's all right, man. Suffer, man. You don't want to be damn rich in this with these damn Edomites in power, man. They need to go into captivity. Baruch 3:8. Behold, we are yet this day in our captivity, where thou hast scattered us. Deuteronomy 28, verse 64. For a reproach and a curse. So our people, these curses are following Israel wherever they are. You can be in South Africa, you being persecuted. You can be in fucking Asia, Russia, Papua New Guinea, wherever the hell you're at, man. These curses are following you, okay? And to be subject to payments according to all the iniquities of our fathers, which departed from the Lord, our God, okay? So these are signs. Let me see. I hit that point, slave trade, back to her.
Providing help for apartheid and also getting Nelson Mandela out of prison. Nelson Mandela was one of the people that really fought apartheid, and
that's right. Let's get that. Who is that? You got to notice Nelson Mandela. Okay. You got to notice crash course Nelson Rolihlahla Mandela. Hopefully I said that right. was a South African anti-apartheid activist. Let's see what pops up. Several independent sectors of South African society opposed apartheid through various means, including social movements, passive resistance, and guerrilla warfare. Mass action against the ruling National Party government, coupled with South Africa's growing international, that's pretty, I can't go into that. Activist and politician who served as the first president of South Africa from 1994 to 1999. He was the country's first Black head of state and the first elected in a fully representative democratic election. His government focused on dismantling the legacy of apartheid. Let's see what this apartheid. Apartheid was a system of institutionalized racial segregation that existed in South Africa and Southwest Africa from 1948 to the early 1990s. Now, this is a clear way that Edom likes to. This is what he likes to do, man. This is Esau, okay. Micah 2:1. Woe to them that devise iniquity and work evil upon their beds. When the morning is light, they practice it because it is in the power of their hand. So Esau is in power. Okay, going to Job 9:24. Okay, the earth has been given into the hand of the wicked. Let's grab that. He covereth the faces of the judges thereof. We're going to grab it. If not, where and who is he? Even though I said it. Okay, because you got to see it, man. Job 9:24, the earth is given into the hand of the wicked. As a matter of fact, that precept matches up with Ecclesiasticus, the 10th chapter. Let's grab that. Sirach 10:4, the power of the earth is in the hand of the Lord, and in due time, he will set over it one that is profitable. Okay, right now, the wicked is not profiting us. Okay, that's why the people are not, the world's not prospering. It's going in the other direction. Okay, but the point of that precept is that the earth is given into the hand of the wicked. Okay, he's the one that has control over the world. And it says, Job 9:24, the earth is given into the hand of the wicked. So the Lord, who has power over the earth, gave it to the wicked. Who's the wicked? Malachi 1:4, Esau, Edom. He covereth the faces of the judges thereof. The main judge is who the world ignorantly calls Jesus Christ. Okay, he covereth up the faces of the judges thereof, meaning he, through iconoclasm, through this Renaissance period, he's created this image of Caesar Borgia and propagated throughout all the earth. And now everyone thinks that the so-called white man is God. Okay, but God, so-called, who the world ignorantly calls Jesus Christ, he was suffering persecution here too. He was oppressed too. By who? The Romans. The Romans are the Idumeans. Okay, so he covered that man's face and got everyone bowing down to him because he think that he's God. Okay, and we're showing you he's not God. But the majority, it's too hard for them to fathom that. Okay, these South Afrikaners who are thanking God, and I saw different videos of them thanking God. What God are they? Are they thinking the God of the Bible that wants to destroy them for the oppression that they did against his people? No, they're worshiping a false god, an idol, Caesar Borgia. Okay, from the first crime family. That's who they're worshiping. A Edomite. It says, if not, where and who is he? If it's not the so-called white man doing that, where and who is, man? If it's not Esau. Let me grab this in Psalms 24 really quick, and I'll get back to that. It's the book of Psalms 24 and verse 1. The earth is the Lord's, Yahweh, and the fullness thereof, the world, and they that dwell therein. He owns it all, man. The whole world, and they that, everything inside the world. This devil has zero power. It was given to him. Someone gives you something, hey, he had control over it. and guess what? He's going to take it back. Okay, it's the book of Daniel. I do have one more. Daniel 4:17. This matter is by the decree of the watchers and the demand by the word of the holy ones, to the intent that the living may know that the Most High ruleth in the kingdom of men. So what that means is he rules in the kingdom of men. All these different kingdoms, you think the president rules or some shadow government rules. No, it's the Most High that ruleth in the kingdom of men and giveth it to whomsoever he will. And this is the power of the whole earth. He giveth it to whomsoever he will. He gaveth Israel over to this damn devil and setteth up over it the basis of men. This is the lowest man in the earth, man. Okay, you take away his nuclear capability and go man to man, he's a fucking peon, man. A pawn. It's like the pawn on a chessboard is in the position of the king. Okay, there's like, if you could rearrange the chessboard, the pawn is where the king's supposed to be. And then imagine where all the pawns are. That's where all the kings are. Okay, that's Esau, the basis of men. He's in the wrong position. You can't play chess like that, man. That's it's out of order. Okay, let's get back to this.
Bishop that died, Desmond Tutu. You need to know this history, and a lot of journalists and media stations are not explaining it. It was a struggle. It was similar to the American civil rights struggle, where the blacks claimed the whites took over, they frustrated them. We saw it all. But times are changing, and apartheid is gone. There's still areas in South Africa that blacks cannot even live in, okay, because whites wouldn't let them. But at the end of the day, a phenomenon was happening in which blacks were bent on getting rid of all the whites in many areas. Okay, there are many things going on that you don't even know about. Julius Malema, one of the political leaders in South Africa, was denied a visa in the UK last week. He wanted to go talk at Cambridge.
Hold on, let me just get that name again, see if I can pull it up.
Was denied a visa in the UK last week. There are many things going on that you don't even know about. Julius Malema.
Hold on, let me see if I can get it. Allow while visiting the site. Allow this. Try again. Julius Malema. Okay, who is he? Let's look him up. Julius Sello Malema, born 3rd March 1980, is a South African politician. He is the founder and leader of the Economic Freedom Fighters, a communist political party known for the red berets and military-style outfits worn by its members. Malema is sometimes referred to as Juju. Before the foundation EFF, he served as the president of the African National Congress Youth League from 2008 until his expulsion from the party in 2012. Let's look him up and see what she's talking about. Okay, let's find out about Julius Malema. Denied visa. Just a quick AI overview. So, yes, Julius Malema, leader of the Economic Freedom Fighters, EFF in South Africa, was recently denied a visa to the United Kingdom. Here's a summary of the situation. Visa denial. Malema's visa to speak at a Cambridge University conference was denied shortly before his flight. Hold on. Whoa, Esau. Look at how this guy has some really good credentials. He's helping the youth out in Africa. He's doing all these things. He wants to speak at a conference. And what's going on, Esau? And Keir Starmer is the prime minister of UK, by the way. A damn Edomite. Reason for denial. And we just made a deal. Trump just made a deal with the UK for having some type of, tariffs. He wanted to bypass the tariffs. But this is the UK we're talking about. Europe, the bottomless pit. Who don't produce any minerals. Of course, hey, yeah, we'll do free trade. Who the hell buys shit from UK? Nothing. What do you produce? You steal everything from Africa. And then you treat the Africans like this. You deny them visas. You create apartheids in their countries. You change landmarks. You create all this controversy between different people, man. And it's all by design. Reason for denial. The British High Commissioner of South Africa cited processing delays due to required procedures in recent UK bank holidays as the reason for the denial. This is the forked tongue, man. This is a snake. He lies to you on one end, and on the back end, he's fucking you over. EFF's response. The EFF condemned the denial as an act of cowardice and an attempt to suppress free speech. See, this is Esau in a wicked way, trying to take away your rights, man. Suppressing free speech. Isaiah chapter 10, verse 1. Woe unto them that decree unrighteous decrees and that write grievousness which they have prescribed. And that's them. Okay? They write grievousness on which I didn't even finish this precept. Micah 2:1. Woe to them that devise iniquity and work evil upon their beds. When the morning is light, they practice it because it is in the power of their hand. And we just went into that, how the Lord gave the power over to the wicked. And they covet fields, which are different lands, and take them by violence. Okay, apartheid, set up these different wicked, unrighteous decrees, like it says in Isaiah 10:1, so they can be justified by the law to take your shit, man, in houses and take them away. These Edomites over there ain't supposed to be over there, man. They said they're Dutch. Go back to fucking Dutch, man. That land too, they don't belong to them. They're Edomites. Edom is in Israel. They don't want to go to Edom though, because then people will put two and two together. Oh, this is Edomites, and they disguise themselves as the French, the British, the Dutch, the Spaniards, all of them, man. Edom. So they say they're white. Okay, now, okay, this is all lies. They want to call, they're fugitives and a vagabond, man. They're fugitives because they're running away from the judgments of Yahweh, Bashem, Yahushua, and they're vagabonds because they're not in the land of Edom, and neither are they in the land of America. They're in everybody else's land. Okay, so they oppress a man and his house, even a man and his heritage. They'll go there and say they're you. They'll steal your identity. Oh, we're African. Yeah. No, yeah. I'm Israel. Yep. Mm-hmm. I'm Indian. Yeah. My father's half Cherokee. That's Esau. Okay. Where am I? Let's go back here.
One of the political leaders in South Africa was denied a visa in the UK last week. He wanted to go talk at Cambridge and they denied him a visa. All these things are intertwined and related. Now, some of the videos I have seen as a retired journalist on BBC were very disturbing. You see, for me, everybody is the same, regardless. Isn't that why we got rid of slavery?
Hold on, she's going off. Everyone is not the same according to the Bible. Deuteronomy 7:6. For thou art a holy people, talking about you so-called Negroes, Latinos, and Native Americans, and speckled birds out there, unto the Lord thy God. The Lord thy God have chosen thee to be a special people unto himself, above all people that are upon the face of the earth. So if you're above all people that are upon the face of the earth, you're not equal to them. Okay, it's very simple. Deuteronomy 28. Verse 1, and it shall come to pass, if thou shalt hearken diligently unto the voice of the Lord thy God, to observe and to do all his commandments which I commanded thee this day, that the Lord thy God will set thee on high above all nations of the earth. So where is the equality in being above everybody upon the face of the earth? There is no equality. Okay, Israel is a special people, man. Okay, they're not here to be equal with the damn devil. Daniel 7:14 told you that Esau is the basis of men. So he's the bottom, and Israel is at the top. Okay, so it is what it is, man. It just is what it is. All right, let's go back.
Isn't that why we fought for civil rights in America? Isn't that why we got rid of apartheid? When you're saying Black Lives Matter, and I say all lives matter, some of you say, oh, that's nonsense.
It is nonsense. We just read in a couple of precepts that ain't the case, man.
Maybe Black lives matter more than all lives. I don't know. But everyone.
The Israelites, according to the Bible, their lives matter, okay, to the Lord. Now, the eyes of what people think and what the Lord thinks, that's two different things. Okay? It just is what it is.
One is the I stab you, you're going to bleed red. So what was going on in South Africa were a lot of white people who their ancestors probably lived on these farmlands and different things, and the Blacks were not happy. So the Black South Africans literally took South Africa back to apartheid days. Some people were like fighting for their ancestors that were killed or they were cheated, and it became a struggle. You see what some of those women were saying?
Well, it's supposed to be like that, man. You should be fighting to separate from this damn devil. This is the book of Sirach 17:17. For in the division of the nations of the whole earth, he set a ruler over every people. But Israel is the Lord's portion. Okay, so everyone has their own leaders, man. But Israel is the Lord's portion. Okay, it is what it is. That was Sirach 17:17. Okay. So get over it. Deuteronomy 14:2. For thou art a holy people unto the Lord thy God, and the Lord have chosen thee to be a peculiar people unto himself above all nations upon the earth. So if that's what he wants, that's what he's gonna get. Okay. Who can make what the Lord said void? Deuteronomy 32:8. When the Most High divided to the nations their inheritance, when he separated the sons of Adam, because we all go back to Adam, like she said, we all bleed red. He set the bounds of the people according to the number of the children of Israel. For the Lord's portion is his people. Jacob is the lot of his inheritance, not the whole world. He chose this people to be his inheritance. He found him in a desert land, in a waste howling wilderness. He led him about. He instructed him. He kept him as the apple of his eye. So there is a difference.
On BBC, it was so disturbing. The one woman that said, we don't want foreigners. We don't want whites. We know in Nigeria how they don't want foreigners because they have xenophobia over there. They killed a lot of foreigners. They destroyed their shops, their businesses, burned them. And most of those killed were Nigerians. So Nigeria versus South Africa started with xenophobia, and it gets worse and worse. Other things in popular culture and society, like Chidima, Miss Universe, and all that, filtered in. But what is going on with this white people was so outrageous. Their lives were endangered. President Trump and Secretary of State Marco Rubio looked at the situation and they saw it. And they said any white South African that wants to move to America on refugee status can come in. And I think America's refugee program is, I think it's 3 years. I think it's 3 years, 3 or 5 years, but I'm not sure. But that program, after a certain amount of years, maybe 3 or 5, then they become US citizens. Now, one of the top cabinet members of President Trump's administration, Elon Musk, is South African, and he came from those roots. So at the end of the day, the media has something.
Yeah, Elon Musk, man, a damn African American. Daffy Duck.
To say, the world has something to say. Why is Trump accepting white South Africans when he just blocked refugee programs to many other countries? I guess that's what the commander-in-chief will determine.
Maybe there's a conflict of interest when you have somebody like Daffy Duck being the Department of Government Efficiency right next to him. So he can make things happen. Just like he's making things happen for SpaceX and his other agenda, which is those damn robots. Okay, in order to bring forth a totalitarianism system, which is going to fail, by the way. Okay. He's going to be. Let me grab that. Let me just grab that. Job 5:12, he disappointed the devices of the crafty so that their hands cannot perform their enterprise. So all these things that he got in play, it's not going to work.
That's not my say. But what was going on in South Africa is what I call reverse racism. Okay, I'm not saying that's the name for it. That's my name for it. Reverse racism. Now, where blacks are really aggressively racist to the whites and they have nowhere to go. You got to remember, these are not your ancestors you're fighting. Okay, these are descendants of some of these bad ancestors. Because my ancestor was a bad person does not make me bad. So, in other words,
well, now, according to the Bible, hey, it is what it is. Isaiah 14, because of your ancestors does not make you bad. Isaiah 14:21, prepare slaughter for his children for the iniquity of their fathers, that they do not rise nor possess the land, nor fill the face of the world with cities. Okay, so, hey, you're going to have to pay for it. Okay, it is what it is. Prepare slaughter for the iniquities of their fathers. Okay. Revelation 13:9. If any man have an ear, let him hear. He that leadeth into captivity shall go into captivity. He that killeth with the sword must be killed with the sword. Here is the patience and the faith of the saints. Okay, so that's what they're waiting for, the saints. Okay. This is the book of where is it? Is it Jeremiah? Jeremiah 30:16. Therefore, all they that devour thee shall be devoured, and all thine adversaries, every one of them shall go into captivity, and they that spoil thee shall be a spoil, and all that prey upon thee will I give for a prey. So it matters, man.
So many of these Afrikaners, they left their home country. They left Johannesburg yesterday, the 11th of May. And they're going to arrive in the U.S. So I'm going to see a lot of coverage of their arrival. And then they chartered the plane for them. America funded the chartered plane. Now that's...
Hold on. What do you mean a chartered plane? What is a chartered plane? Let's look that up. A charter plane, also known as a charter flight, is an aircraft that is hired for a specific journey by a private individual or group rather than being part of a scheduled commercial airline route. This allows for greater flexibility in terms of scheduling destinations and amenities, as the entire aircraft is rented for exclusive use. Ooh, so they left South Africa in style. Hey, we're going to be leaving this place in style, so we understand. Okay? The Lord requires of that for his elect too. Ooh, a chartered flight. Wisdom of Solomon 5:1. Then shall the righteous man stand in great boldness before the face of such as have afflicted him and made no account of his labors. When they see it, they shall be troubled with terrible fear and shall be amazed at the strangeness of his salvation so far beyond all that they looked for. And they, repenting and groaning for anguish of spirit, shall say within themselves, this was he whom we have had sometimes in derision, in a proverb of reproach. We fools accounted his life as madness, and his end to be without honor. How is he numbered among the children of God, and his lot is among the saints? Therefore have we erred from the way of truth, and the light of righteousness have not shined unto us, and the sun of righteousness rose not upon us. We wearied ourselves in the way of wickedness and destruction. Yea, we have gone through deserts where there lay no way. But as for the way of the Lord, we have not known it. Okay, did I skip where I wanted? I think I read it. The strangeness of his salvation. Oh yeah, it's part 2. It's like your wisdom, Solomon 5:2. And when they see it, they shall be troubled with terrible fear and shall be amazed at the strangeness of his salvation, so far beyond all that they look for. So when they see us get chartered into those chariots, hey, they're gonna be amazed and they're gonna be in terrible fear when they see us get saved from this thermonuclear destruction. Ultimately, hey, the blood built, man. Okay. And it has to be spilt in specific places. The Lord's doing what he needs to do. Numbers 35 and 33. So ye shall not pollute the land wherein ye are, for blood it defileth the land, and the land cannot be cleansed of the blood that is shed therein, but by the blood of him that shed it. So the Lord knows which spirits are who. Okay. He's righteous. So if he wants to put you on a charter jet, fly you all the way here to Babylon to be destroyed so that blood can be spilt in the area he wants to cleanse, he's going to do it that way. Okay. And he's cleaning them up, man. This place is about to be destroyed. So all this getting mad over this is folly.
That's great. Because every refugee case that I know, I don't see the country who is getting ready to accept them, charter a plane to come bring them out. If you know how USCIS works, go to their website. That's where America is different. America can actually help you get asylum where they can take you out of that country that's dangerous. That's happened a lot for journalists, activists, and other people who are eligible because of the danger. And this is what's happening, to South African citizens right now. So wake up, people. Until all this hate stops, nothing's going to change. But those black women that I saw on the BBC thing, like really against white people and foreigners, it disturbs me. It brings out the fact that we spent a lot of money in there. Do you know how much President Obasanjo spent as General Obasanjo on apartheid? 2 billion naira. And that 2 billion naira at that time was $2 billion. That's how much we spent. We actually spent oil money, $2 billion, which was 2 billion naira, because the rate was 1-to-1 at the time. And then look at what we have. Several of our people have been killed over there. The white South Africans ain't having it. And America said, come on over. They left. Good luck to every one of them. One more thing I want to say on this broadcast is I'm 60 years old now. And in 43 years, I'll be gone. I've actually predicted my death as 103 years old. Now, in this next 43 years, I want everybody to focus and pay attention to what is happening. Because
the pride, man. She gotta be a damn. That's Eve, man. You predicted your death, man. As a matter of fact, the Lord said, let me grab it. Psalms 90. Let's It's the book of Psalms, chapter 90, in verse number 10. The days of our years are 60 years and 10. 60 is 60 years and 10 is 70. And if by reason of strength they be 80 years, so 80 is 80 years. Yet is their strength labor and sorrow, because 80 years old, man, you're gonna be in pain. You're gonna need help. For it is soon cut off and we fly away. So giving yourself 23 years past what the Lord has ordained is foolishness, man. Just wanted to grab that.
The blacks in South Africa, the bad ones who are frustrating these whites running to America for asylum, they have an agenda. And the agenda is to get rid of all white people from South Africa. This is something the world media needs to focus and pay attention to.
Why would they want them there? Look how they're living in a resourceful land that they can't even sell and have power over their own resources. Well, I want people there. Okay, if they're not doing anything for the prosperity people, what are you supposed to do? Shit, we rather struggle. We don't need you. Okay. John chapter 10, verse 10, the thief cometh not but to steal and to kill and to destroy. I am come that they might have life, and that they might have it more abundantly. So what do you want them around you? You want somebody that's stealing and killing and destroying you around you? No. Get them up out of here.
Because at the end of the day, President Trump won't be here in 5 years. His term ends in like 4 years. Okay. And will the next president accept South Africans for asylum, especially the white ones? You know what I mean? Will some of the white ones abuse the system to all move to America? Those are things you need to look at, especially media. Media is the common denominator here. If we die, there's going to be a new set of media. Okay, what is the ultimate goal? Are blacks trying to push whites out of South Africa because of what happened to their ancestors, all the diamonds and everything? Like, this is so important to look at. You know, and America also has to look at that with regards to immigration, population, and everything. But everyone that's entering America today, they'll be vetted to a certain degree, if they've not even been vetted already, because like after Mr. Trump leaves office, you can forget even, you know, getting a chartered plane to bring you. And I think that's humanitarian of Mr. Trump. It's the same thing Onyema is doing, picking.
Yeah, but they're fucking robbing these. Get the hell out of here. It says the thief cometh not but to steal, kill, and destroy. So you getting robbed, man. Okay. That's what they're doing. James 5 and 4, behold, the hire of the laborers who have reaped down your fields, which is of you kept back by fraud, crieth, and the cries of them which have reaped are entered into the ears of the Lord of Sabaoth. So that's what they're doing, man. It wouldn't be any problem if you were being fair with them. No, but when there's an inequality, that's when people are going to do the things that they're doing. Proverbs 29 and verse 2, when the righteous are in authority, the people rejoice. But when the wicked beareth rule, the people mourn. So eventually there's going to be too much oppression. Hey, you back gets put up against the wall. You're going to want to fight.
And pick up from South Africa. When they were killing Nigerians, Onyema took airpiece and picked people up on a chartered plane. So I don't want to hear any nonsense about Trump chartered a plane to pick South Africans up. Okay, the same black South Africans hated us so much, they were killing us, and Airpeace and Mr. Onyema went to pick up our people. They've picked up people from Ukraine, and just this weekend, they picked up girls trafficked to Ivory Coast. So please understand how
girls trafficked. Human trafficking, man. Where do you think they're going? Let's just grab it. Revelation 18 and 13. And cinnamon and odors and ointments and frankincense and wine and oil and fire and fine flour and wheat and beasts and sheep and horses and chariots and slaves and souls of men. Okay, so this is talking about the merchandise they're not be able to sell anymore. Revelation 18 and 11. And the merchants of the earth shall weep and mourn over her, for no man buyeth their merchandise anymore. So when this place gets destroyed, they still got slaves, man. This is talking about the great city Babylon. Okay. Souls of men, slaves, man. That's how this place was created. This is how it was established. Joel 3 and 6, the children also of Judah and the children of Jerusalem have ye sold unto the Grecians, that ye might remove them far from their border. That never stopped, man.
how this works. Share this video. I wanted to go around.
Hey, that was a good video. Okay, I had to make a video within the video, but that's all part of it. So what does that show you, man? Esau's full of shit. Okay, Psalm 73 and verse number 5. Actually, I'll start at the top. Truly, God is good to Israel, even to such as are of a clean heart. But as for me, my feet were almost gone. My steps had well nigh slipped. For I was envious at the foolish when I saw the prosperity of the wicked. Yeah, you see how they're being treated. They're getting chartered out of South Africa. They done robbed all your resources and then get chartered out. Okay, that's something to be mad about. You can envy that. For there are no bands in their death, but their strength is firm. They are not in trouble as other men, neither are they plagued like other men. Yeah, there's not all these unrighteous decrees against them. No, they're the ones putting forth the unrighteous decrees. Therefore, pride compasses them about as a chain, violence covered them as a garment. Yeah, they're prideful, okay, and they're violent. Their eyes stand out with fatness. They have more than the heart could wish. This is talking about the wicked. Genesis, the 27th chapter. The fatness of the earth, the dew of heaven. That's what they have. They are corrupt and speak wickedly concerning oppression. They speak lawfully. No, they're oppressing us. Okay, they're over here. Look at, they're trying to fight us. Okay, when they're the one robbing them. No, we need help. We need to move. We need asylum. We need a charter jet. They set their mouth against the heavens and their tongue walketh through the earth. And then they got propaganda spewing these lies out, man. That's their tongue going throughout all the earth. Therefore, his people return hither in waters of a full cup are wrung out to them. And they say, how doeth God know? And is there knowledge in the Most High? Behold, these are the ungodly who prosper in the world. They increase in riches. Okay, so that's them. They're not in trouble as other men. Okay, and they increase in riches. They're probably going to get all types of benefits for coming here. Meanwhile, you so-called Negroes, Latinos, and Native Americans who've been here don't reap anything. Okay, you being called a criminal, you getting sent to jail without due process. Where's the due process in bringing these people from a different country here? Job 21:9. If the people over there don't like them, what makes you think you're gonna like them? Job 21:9. Their houses are safe from fear, neither is the rod of God upon them. So they're not in trouble as other men. The rod is on you, so-called Negroes, Latinos, and Native Americans for your transgressions against the law. Jeremiah 12:1. Righteous art thou, O Lord, when I plead with thee, yet let me talk with thee of thy judgments. Wherefore doth the way of the wicked prosper? Yeah, why don't wicked prosper? Wherefore are all they happy that deal very treacherously? Yeah, what are they happy about? Thou hast planted them, yea, they have taken root. They grow, yea, they bring forth fruit. Thou art near in their mouth and far from their reins. Yeah, you in their, they're thinking God, but you're far from their heart, man. Their mind, they're not thinking about Yahweh by Hashem Yahushua. But thou, O Lord, knowest me. Thou hast seen me and tried my heart toward thee. Pull them out like sheep for the slaughter and prepare them for the day of slaughter. Okay. Isaiah 14:21. Okay. Same thing. How long shall the land mourn and the herbs of every field wither for the wickedness of them that dwell therein? The beasts are consumed and the birds, because they said, he shall not see our last end. So everybody's suffering under this type of oppression. If thou hast run with the footmen and they have wearied thee, then how canst thou contend with horses? Yeah, if you run in a race with men and they're making you tired, how am I going to run a race with horses? Meaning this affliction is going to get worse and worse. How am I going to, what's going to strengthen me, man? How am I can't even run with with what I'm dealing with now. How much more can I contend with horses? And if in the land of peace wherein thou trustest, they weary thee, then how will thou do in the swelling of Jordan? Yeah, so when this great flood comes, how am I, if I can't even contend with the horse, what am I going to do when this great flood comes? Okay. For even thy brethren in the house of thy father, even they have dealt treacherously with thee. Yea, they have called a multitude after thee, believe them not, though they speak fair words unto thee. So your family, people around you, dealing treacherously with you, it's everybody. It's overwhelming. We need Yahweh Ba'Hashem Yahushua. Okay. But I'm going to end it right there. Lord's will, that was edifying. I want to give all praise, honor, and glory to Yahweh Ba'Hashem Yahushua Ba'Hashem Recha Kodash. Shalom.